Hello, my name is Gavin Stewart Bryson, Director at Norak and responsible for international sales and business development. Why does it make sense to work with Norak as your favorite partner for translations? Follow me. Today, I would like to talk about why it makes sense to work with Norak. First of all, I would like to point out some obvious factors that you will also find on our webpage. So, to start with, Norak is not new. Norak has been on the market for more than 25 years, and we work with over 4,000 translators. Means we're able to translate 160 language combinations. That's a lot. And of course, it sometimes is a bit difficult. Let's say you have a very special combination. One of my favorite is like Swedish to Swahili. It's quite difficult to do that, but obviously with a step in between or by outsourcing, we will definitely even manage such a difficult task. Some other factors. We translate roughly 6 million words per month. What does that mean? Just so you get an idea how many pages that is. That's around 20,000 A4 pages. 20,000 A4 pages means, again, if you compare it with, let's say, a novel, it's like 28 Harry Potter books. That's a lot, I guess. And that we do in several languages, as I said. And we're very specialized in the patent sector, because that's where we come from. And we cover literally any field of industry, be it pharma, be it automotive, be it petrochemicals. We translate literally any kind of industry, any kind of document. It could be everything from a leaflet that you use for the trade show, or it could be something complex like a complete manual for the automotive industry, which encompasses spreadsheets, graphs, as big as 400 pages for just one manual, and that in, let's say, 30 different languages. This is possible for Norak. We translate in many different languages. For that, you need a great back office. We have a very dedicated team, and with this team, we can guarantee a high quality in any stage of the translation process. So if you have a translation, it's not just given to a translator, translated, and it comes back. No, we've got a project management that checks what comes in, sees what is still necessary, and if we have everything complete, then we have the translators who translate. We've got a second team that checks and proofreads all the documents, and after that, it goes back to the project manager. He, she checks if everything is complete, and it then goes back to the customer. We go as far as this, that we can allocate a special team for regular customers. That means if you have a translation project that, let's say, is in Hungarian, and you very often need this Hungarian translation, or the language Hungarian, we can actually say, okay, this translator, this reviser, and this project manager is responsible for all your projects in this language combination. This, of course, guarantees for you a high quality for every translation. Another key factor for you is availability. You know that you have a translation, it needs to be translated, you need a quote, you ring a company, and they're not there. We're open as early as 8:30 in the morning until 9 o'clock in the evening, and that every day. And you also have an on-call service should you have something really urgent. But to be available for our customers, we have our own web portal, which means if you have a frame contract with us and you know what the prices are and so on, and you're a regular customer, you can just upload your documents into our CRM system and you will receive a direct feedback that it has been received. And you then can just type in if you need, let's say, French, Hungarian, German, or any other language. And when you need it back, we will then let you know if this is possible. And as soon as this translation is ready, you will receive again an email and you just can download the files. This web portal is extremely interesting for customers who have a lot of translations per year and also different languages. Because at the end of the year, you can just look into your web portal under your customer account and you can see all the translations that have been done, also how much this cost over the year for each different language. This is extremely useful, of course, for your accounts department because that's all they need. Another important factor are ISO. ISO 9001, very well known in industry. ISO 17100. Now, why is this important? A lot of companies that translate say they translate according to ISO 9001 and they comply with these regulations, but do they really? Does that mean they own this certificate? Did they pass the audit? We do. We're extremely proud to say that we own all the certificates necessary to translate literally any document for any industry in any field of business. That is extremely important for you because this means also quality all the time. That's our slogan. Quality is our language. Quality doesn't only mean the quality of the written word. Quality also means meeting deadlines. As you can see, we met 19% of the deadlines in the past. That means for you, you can rely on the fact that you get your translations back in time for whatever purpose is behind. Could it be the trade fair? Could it be a presentation? Could it be the publishing of a book? It's really important for you that you can rely on this. And again, there are some factors where we say, hey, this is something that we really do well and we're very proud of. That is one of them, again, meeting deadlines. To stay innovative in the translation sector is extremely important, also for Norak. When in the past it was translation tools as the latest trend, today it's machine translation. But what does that mean for you as a customer? Obviously, machine translation helps. It supports us and it's very useful. But they will never replace human translations. Machines don't think. They're only as clever as what we feed them with. Means they only translate with the material that we provide. They cannot really think. Artificial intelligence, that's the key word here, but you can be sure, even if we do use machine translation, the translated text will definitely be proofread by a second team. And of course, also project management will ensure for quality here before it goes back to the customer. Another aspect of quality is also handling complaints. I'm also very glad that we very, very rarely have complaints. But the question is, how do you deal with complaints? Of course, it's very important that there is a fast response, that we react, that the customer is happy, and we can say, at Norak, we translate until the customer is happy. So if there's something that you would like to have changed, or you're not happy with, or we would have to use this in the future, that is something that we feed into our database, and the next time you ask for a translation, you get exactly that what you asked for. And if there was a complaint, we correct it for free of charge until you are happy. That's a promise from Norak. Last but not least, I would like to talk about confidentiality, something extremely important in this business, as you can imagine. We go as far as working the conventional way in our office, translating your documents, but also the possibility of working on site of our customers at their premises. So to make sure that no information is exposed, published, or can be seen by third parties. Especially for certain sectors that are highly sensitive, such as pharma, innovations, and let's say new publishing of books. You don't want anyone to know this before this actually goes live, do you? Confidentiality also means, of course, the correct disposal of documents if they're no longer needed, or if we don't work or the customer doesn't work with us anymore. What happens with the paper documents? What happens with diskettes, CD-ROMs, DVDs, hard copies, and so on? We guarantee that we comply with all the regulations that are necessary for correct disposal of your documents. Norak. Quality is our language.